Hello. Hi guys. Okay, so I know I haven't been on in a while. I apologize, you guys. But I am back here for a bit. So let's see how many more days in a row I can go. Okay, I'm gonna try and finish out the rest of April, going live every day, but we shall see. So the last thing I made, you guys, was this right before I went out of town. So this is the apron. I did get it from Dollar Tree. Now we are going to cover it with some parchment paper, and I am lowering the temperature because I did originally have the heat press at 350, but since this material could burn, I don't want to put it too high, so I'm going to drop it down to 250. We'll heat set that here in a little bit as well. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to do a t-shirt for Ryleigh, okay? So I can't wait to do that. You guys hit the heart button for me. Say hello. Glad you guys are here. Yes, hello. Good to see you guys. Thank you. Okay. So here we go. It is getting lower. It's now at 300. So we may go ahead and get started on the t-shirt, and we'll come back to this here in a little bit, okay? So I'm just going to set this aside for now. Now today I'm going to be using these two colors. So it's Storm and Marvelous is what it's called. Hello, I miss you guys too. And we're going to be using a mini squeegee and a detail tool. Now the detail tool has that end where it's a little bit more pokey. Typically I use that to kind of scrape away the paste that's left over whenever you put it on chalkboard. Okay, so yay. Okay, let's see. So this is part of an ink mat. Now, as you can see, it is really short. The original one is 11 by 23, so it's super long, but I like to cut off like a third of it, and I use this little one for smaller t-shirts, you know, youth sizes, toddlers, and then the other 2/3 I use for adult shirts. Yes, the keyword is cake, so feel free to type that in and I'll send you guys the whole supply list. I did get this t-shirt at Target, I believe, and it is a 4T. That way Ryleigh can wear it a little bit longer. Okay, so first thing, you're going to put the ink mat inside of the t-shirt. Okay, and now this ink mat is typically sticky. This one is a little sticky. When it stops sticking to the t-shirt like this, so I don't know if you guys can really see, but if I pick it up, it's not going anywhere, right? That's what you really want. You can see that it's stuck on there, because whenever you go to swipe the ink across, it's not gonna like move all over the place and, you know, bleed underneath the transfer and stuff like that. So we put it in there, and if it starts to become not sticky and you need to clean it, I have a tutorial on how to clean your ink mat in the VIP group. So feel free, type in the word VIP and I will send you the link. Okay. Now, this is a brand new transfer. You could fuzz it once, you can fuzz it twice. It really just depends. The apron was from Target, but I really like this one. It says, bake me a cake as fast as you can. Now, little Miss Ryleigh absolutely has a sweet tooth, and she loves cake and anything sweet. Really, anything sweet. All right, so I'm gonna press that on there. I do have it centered on the ink mat itself, so it's not gonna go anywhere, and the ink mat also prevents the ink from going through the front part of the shirt to getting on the back of the shirt, okay? So it's not gonna bleed all the way through. So it's gonna create that barrier again, so it doesn't go to the back of the shirt. So we are going to be using Storm and Marvelous. I'm gonna be using these two colors. And if you're new here, this is ink, okay? So these green screens, they are actually silk screen transfers, okay? And I'll show you here in a little bit. But the silk screen transfer, everything that is in green, it will not be put on the t-shirt. Everything that is white, that is what will transfer this ink onto the shirt. So this is silk screening made easy. All of these screens are pre-designed. You just pick the ones you like, you order it, and then you can reuse them. That's really creepy live. I'm so sorry. I've never actually seen it move. We lost a like. I don't know what happened. That's funny. I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Okay, you can reuse them 8 to 12 times. Just take care of it, and I'm going to show you guys how to wash it as well. I'm so sorry. That thing really scared me there for a second. Her birthday was good. Hi, Becca. I know it went backwards. You saw that? Who knows? Who knows? All right, so let me open these up. Oh, it's now at 250. So I am going to press both. I will press that one and I will do this one as well. We're going to let this one dry after we put the ink on it just for a little bit. So let me get a napkin. And, okay, so anyways, the ink is permanent. Again, for those of you guys who don't know or haven't seen this, the ink is permanent. I lost another one. Hey, maybe I shouldn't go live, huh? That thing. Oh my goodness. Another one? Oh, we got one. Okay, we got one back. Maybe that was a mistake. I'm so sorry. That was funny though. All right, let's do the word cake. We'll go ahead and do this in Marvelous. And I'm gonna get, this is a mini squeegee that I'm using. Okay, and I really love the mini squeegees. They're my favorite. Well, they're all my favorite, let me be honest. I love them all. They all have their own purpose. But this is probably the #1 item that I use out of the squeegees, is the mini squeegee. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're all good. We didn't lose anybody. Everybody's back. Oh goodness. Hey, we gained one, you guys. Yay! All right, so now that I have that part done, you can choose like where else you want it. So I'm gonna do these little lines here. I'm gonna try and do all the Marvelous real quick. And hello. Let's do the Marvelous. We'll do that. I'll come in a little bit smaller. So this is where I'm gonna come in with the detail tool, you guys. So first, let's do the storm. We're gonna do the bake me a cake part. Okay, we're gonna do that in storm, and let me see. Hi, you found me. I'm here. And if you guys are just popping on, you guys type in the word cake. That is the key word, and I will send you all the details like the supply list and stuff. That way you don't miss out on it. But say hello. And, ooh, club members. My husband, Robert, has been shipping out your add-ons, okay? So we've already done the jars, the colors of the month, and we are sending out the other stuff, the other add-ons you ordered, okay? So just so you know, he is working on it as fast as he can. All right, so now that I have the gray done, now you really want to be careful not to get this on the shirt because it will stain. We do have to heat set it though, okay? We do have to heat set it just because it needs to be like infused with the fabric or the surface that it's on. So you really want to make sure it dries completely once we're done with the design, and then heat set it, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to heat set it. Hi, Jennifer. It's so good to see you guys too. I am so happy to be on. I definitely needed to just jump on. So I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the circle and the icing in the Marvelous color, and then we're gonna do the cake the cake liner, we're gonna do that in Storm. Okay, so this is why I chose the detail tool for this project though, because this is a little bitty small area. So I'm gonna wipe off the excess ink. You guys, a jar will last you a really long time as well, especially for the ink. So it is really nice to have it. All right, let's get this part. I'm wondering if I should do the circle around it in Storm. I kind of want to see what it looks like once I get this part done. And I may do it in the Marvelous, or I may do it in the Storm. I don't know. Let's see. My heart's telling me more pink, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, we're going to go with more of the pink. So I'm going to go ahead and do the outer circle here. And do any of you guys have like super crazy weather where it's snowing? Are any of you guys? It is not snowing here at all, but yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. Today it was pretty as well, but it was a little bit on the windy side and it got a bit chilly. Oh, you guys, I went to Sam's. Again, and guess what? I found some super cute ribbon. I'll have to show you guys pictures later. I'll post it in the VIP group. So be sure to type in the word cake and then go check your messenger because the VIP group link is in the message. So join that and I'll post a picture of it later, all right? But it's so cute. I found some lemon ones. I've got to go hit up another Sam's. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. Retail therapy, right? Okay, check your fingers. Make sure there's no ink on it because if you have ink on your hands and you touch your shirt, it's going to put your fingerprints all over that shirt, okay? So, as you can see, everything is colored. Right? And so we're just gonna go ahead and peel this off. Now I start in a corner and I kind of work my way down to a side and I'm just gonna wiggle this up. I'm gonna have to hold my shirt down just a bit. Okay, and then wiggle it up. Now, although we have the ink mat underneath it, sometimes it is going to lift up as you're pulling this because this is really sticky, so it may, you know, pull apart from it. Not a big deal at all, you guys. It's totally okay. Normal. And it's okay, all right? So I am going to clean this. I know it's a little hard to see, but I do have a bath mat in here. And I'm gonna take some water, right? And this is called a board eraser. What I like to do is I just like to just soak up that water into this board eraser and just wipe over your transfer, okay? Now, I like to use the bath mats. They're literally the bath mats you can get at Walmart, Dollar General, wherever. It's the foam mat ones. So that way the water doesn't seep through. Like if you're using a towel or something, the water's not going to seep all the way through into your drawer or onto your table, whatever you're using, okay? So now that that is cleaned, I'm going to set it up here so I can show you how we're going to finish cleaning it or drying it and putting it back on. And then we're gonna go ahead and dry these, heat set them, okay? Her handprints. I know, handprints would be super cute, right? Okay, so I have it sticky side up. I do have a napkin. I'm just going to lightly wipe off, very, very lightly, wipe off the excess water. And, oops. It's already, where it's drying, it's already becoming really sticky. Okay, so you wipe off the excess water, let it just dry just a little bit, and you're gonna take this little backer sheet and you're gonna put it back on the back. Okay, there's a shiny side, that is what goes on the adhesive. Okay, and now that is good to go and you can reuse it, like I said, as many times as you can. Even when the adhesive wears off, you can still use this transfer. You just may have to hold it down a little bit. All right. So look how cute it is. First of all, check it out. What do you guys think? Isn't it cute? I really like these two colors together. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry just a tad bit. I'm gonna pull the apron over here. Now, this apron we did the other day, you guys, so you could probably go on my page and find it. It will be the last video that I did. Now, I got this from Target, and it was super cute because it came with gloves, you guys. I absolutely loved it. I think it was like $5 maybe $3. I think it was $5 though. Okay, so the material, it can burn, okay? So we wanna lower the heat. I am gonna try 250, all right? We do need to cover it with parchment paper, not wax paper. I definitely do not recommend wax paper. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on there. My heat press is at 250, and I'm gonna start my timer. And I'm just gonna move it a little bit, back and forth, because I just don't want it to burn. Also, this is our club transfer, you guys. So if you're interested in crafting with me every month, which we will still have our craft night, it should be next week. Next week? What is this week? This week is, yeah, it'll be next week. Just because I have some family stuff going on this weekend, okay, so I won't be available this Friday, but next Friday will be our craft night for club members. And what's cool is you get a transfer and 3 paste packets every month to your door, okay? So this is the one for this month. Isn't it cute? I love it. Anyways, type in the word club and I'll send you some information, okay? All right, so that is done. It's not coming out. It is heat set in there and we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my temperature back to 350. Okay, back to 350, and we're gonna do the shirt. Thank you. Hi, Aunt Ivy, thank you, love you too. All right, let's see. Let's do this and this. I didn't fold that very well, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna keep those together. Now I'm gonna bring this one out. Now, I recommend leave it overnight. Leave it for 30 minutes, leave it for an hour, it's fine. But since I'm live, I do want to show you start to finish, so I am going to speed up the process. Just know, if you need to speed up the process, you can. You just need to be very careful, as it may take you a couple tries to really get the hang of removing an ink mat, okay? So my ink mat is not extremely sticky like you'll get whenever you first get it, okay? So it's gonna be hard to get it out, and if the ink is still wet on the shirt, you guys, and you pull it out and it accidentally falls on itself, the ink will kind of smear everywhere, all right? So I just recommend let it dry, okay? Let it dry. So I'm gonna speed it up just a tad bit. I did remove the ink mat, and then we're gonna dry it. Hi. Hi, Criselia. Thank you. I know, it came out really good. I absolutely love this one. It's just super cute. And like I said, I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit by drying it. Because what happens, if the ink is not completely dry and you go to heat set it, the ink can attach to the parchment paper. And then it kind of becomes a little splotchy, okay? Or rustic, if you will. I mean, if you're going for that, it's fine. Yes, you can definitely put a piece of parchment paper in between, especially if it is still a little wet when you go to heat set it. All right, so here we go. I've got my parchment paper here, and this is at 350. Oops. and we're gonna do 30 seconds. Thank you. A piece of heavy chipboard. Charlene, I think the heavy chipboard would work. The only thing I see with the chipboard is it's not adhesive, right? So whenever you go to use your ink mat, I love using the ink mats. Even if you have a Cricut cutting mat, those would work as well. Maybe one that you don't use anymore, because obviously you're gonna get some ink on it. So I don't know if you wanna, you know, use it back and forth. But I do recommend the ink mat just because it has that sticky adhesive to it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna flip it inside out real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and give it a little, like another 30 seconds. You don't need the ink, or you don't need the parchment paper on that second round because the other side is already set. This just really secures it in there. I mean, I haven't seen a problem with or without heat setting the inside, you guys, but I could only think that if you heat set inside and outside, it's just gonna stay vibrant longer, right? All of mine are still pretty vibrant since the very beginning. I haven't had any issues, but yay. So cute, and it did not bleed on the back, okay? It did not bleed on the back. It didn't even bleed to the back on the inside, okay? It really just, you can see a little bit on the inside in that front piece, okay? But check it out. Let me turn off my heat press. And look how cute. Isn't it cute, you guys? I love it. Let me see if you guys can really see it. Sorry. Yay! It says, bake me a cake as fast as you can. I love it. She's gonna like it because it has a cupcake on it, right? So if you guys will do me a favor, hit the heart button for me so I know you were here and that you loved it. And then type in the word cake, okay? Type in the word cake and that'll send you the link that you can grab all the stuff. It also has the VIP group in there and the shoppable, or I'm sorry, my website, okay? She is going to love it, I know. Yes! Alrighty, y'all. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. I'm definitely going to do my best. And I hope you guys have a great night. If you have any questions, please send me a message. Just bear with me as I'm trying to catch up on messages. But till next time, okay? All right, you guys. Take care. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.